major political diplomatic achievements for the Trump administration and President Donald Trump personally was mediating the breakthrough agreements, the Abraham Accords, that established normalization of relations between Israel and the Gulf states of the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. So how would those countries in the Gulf view potentially a change in the White House, something that we're seeing potentially happening more and more as each hour goes by in the United States? Well, for more on that, let's go to Bahrain's capital, Manama, and speak with Abdulla Aljunaid. He's a writer and a non-resident political researcher at Trends Research and Advisory. Thank you so much for joining us, Abdullah. So let me ask you, again, no one's calling an election here a change in the United States, but the potential of a change in the White House certainly does seem to be a reality at this point. What would it mean for us, UAE and Bahrain, to see Donald Trump replaced by Joe Biden?
First of all, thank you for this opportunity to talk to your audience. And with regard to a change of the presidency, at the end of the day, we will have to deal with the president of the United States, be it a Democrat or a Republican. We appreciate definitely the sort of effort that was invested by Mr. Trump in making getting the parties in the Middle East, I'm talking about Israel, UAE, and Bahrain, more closer to achieve what they have achieved. But it's up to us to build on this, either if he stays or goes, because we are the original stakeholders and not the president of the United States.
Right. Now, certainly one, though, potential change in policy that would impact on your part of the world quite profoundly could be U.S. policy towards Iran. We saw the Trump administration pull out of the Iran nuclear pact, take a more aggressive posture to Iran. Of course, Joe Biden was the vice president of the Obama administration that negotiated that nuclear deal. How much concern do you have, or do you think there would be in Bahrain about a shift in policy towards Iran by a new administration?
I believe that if and when the United States decide to go into direct talks with Iran regarding the nuclear agreement, the GCC or particularly Saudi Arabia and UAE should be on the table discussing or addressing our future, current and future concern. We will not accept extending the sort of what the Obama administration have extended to Iran in terms of further influence and free hand in the Middle East, plus the capability to continue developing ballistic missiles at free. What we need to do is address the common interest of restabilizing the Middle East. And this could never be achieved with Iran having free hand. Iran needs to understand that, this couldn't be tolerated, not just by the regional powers, but also the international community. And we need Europe to understand that as well.
Right. And very briefly, relations with Israel are starting to develop. Just in a few seconds, do you see any impact, a change in the White House on the developing relations between Bahrain and Israel?
Bahrain, Israel, UAE, and the rest, we are all stakeholders in one region. We share the same history, we share the same ambitions, and we share the same future worries. What we need to do is keep our focus on the end game objectives, continue developing what we have achieved. What we have achieved is only the first step, but we need to do so much more in the future. Restabilizing this region, should be our priority number one. How that the United States, having a different sort of presidency shouldn't be an element that put us on the passenger seat with regard to this effort.
All right. Well, certainly, hopefully that is the case. Abdulla Aljunaid, thank you for joining us.